Hey parents, how are you? You're probably watching this video after you've seen my other video, which is about the grades and how it looks. And I know it may be overwhelming. Going back to make this video a day later, I know it may seem a lot, and it may seem like maybe some of the students are not working at all or doing much, but just know that there is a whole year to go still. There's still plenty of time and there's plenty of things that they can do. Most of the skill sets shouldn't take too long. I do have videos for every single skill set I've made, and it's pretty easy to kind of just double check on what the students have been doing and double check if they've been doing it completed or all the way. Just for you, so you know, is that I assigned two skill sets. So the first one, I am absolutely checking to make sure that they do, which is the top one, the first skill set. Now, if the student perhaps is pretty fast and does it within 20 minutes and gets 80, then they should definitely go on to the second one. All right. Now, if the first skill is really difficult, for example, and the student is struggling, they may not do that well, then they can go to this second skill set. Excuse me. This second skill set and do that. And maybe that's probably easier. The third option is they do the first skill set. They're working really, really, really hard. They're on it for about 50 minutes and they finally get a score of 80. Then they're good. They don't need to go to the second skill set. So there's different ways of how I want to get students to do the work. So if they have a 0, that means they didn't do anything. So they need to start with the first skill set. And I'm going to show you exactly what they need to do. I'm going to show you what you can do or what you can ask your child to see if they are doing it, to keep them accountable, and also to make sure that they aren't saying that they did it, but they actually show you that they did it. You know, that's always key, and it's always important to keep that accountability high, especially for some of the students that haven't done much yet. So we're going to start with doing our IXL. I'm going to put my face down right here. So I'm in my account right here. And let's just say that, because what I do is I go to the analytics and I double check all the people that they've done their answers, you know. But let's pretend we're a student, okay? So let's pretend we're a student and we are going to go to my daily agenda. So I'm a student. I'm going to go to my daily agenda. I'm going to scroll all the way down to today's date. Let's say it is 4/21. And I'm going to click on the first skill set and basically do that skill set. Okay. But how do you know if they actually did it or not? Well, let's just go back to see if they look at their grade and it says like a 0 on the title, it will say exactly what it is that they need to do. So let's say, pretend I didn't do 414. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on M7. I'm going to sign in with a student's login. Don't know what's happening. Why is this not showing up? Okay. Don't know what's happening. Click, click, click. Okay. All right. And once they say, okay, can you show me how many points you got, or can you show me your skill, or can you show me what skill you're learning? Can you show me what M7 was? And so if they go in, and here's M7, it's going to say the question's answered. It's going to say how much time they spent on it, and it's going to tell them their SMART score. Now, this needs to be an 80, okay? If it's around like 77 and they spend about 40 minutes, I'll give it to them. Like, I'm not a huge stickler. I just want them to get these practices in. But you say, let me see M7. So they would go on their iPad, they go to M7, they'd sign in, and this would pop up. And if they say, no, I swear I did it, well, they need to make sure that they are signed in. If they are not signed in, then it's not going to be good because it doesn't record it and it limits them to about like 10 questions. So they need to sign in so everything gets saved. If they said that they did it and they didn't sign in, they need to learn the lesson and need to sign in. All right, so here's M7. Let's just take a look at what I have done. So let's take a look at what I have done. So if you go to the analytics page on the students, you can take a look at all of their scores and all their progress. So this will tell you all the sessions and skills that they've done, when the date was done, how long they worked on it. For example, I worked on these for about about 6 minutes, but this was about 12 minutes on the app. It tells me my score progress. I went to 43. Here I went to 60. I only worked on it for 4 minutes, but I went all the way to 60. So sometimes the score doesn't equivalent time. All right. Let's see. Let's take a look at scores, score chart. So here's your score. So this is where you really want to go. If you want to see, okay, show me all that you've done, everything that you've done, you can go to the analytics and you can go to scores and it goes by skill. So let's go ahead and take a look at, I'm going to bring up the Power School. I don't want to bring up any names or any percentages, but it's going to take me a minute. But basically what you can do is you can match up M7. Oh, let's see. Did I go to M7? Let's see. What did you do? And oh, well, it looks like you did E1, but I only answered one question for less than 1 minute. So that's not efficient. That's not efficient. I can't even think of the word. It is not acceptable. This one, okay, I made some progress on, it will tell me, H15. Okay, so you did pretty well here, but you need to get a little bit more of a score towards 80. And so basically you can use this to check all your scores. Here I did another one, which was R. Okay, so R means I did R18, and so that's a 60. So if you see these scores from your child, just make sure you encourage them to get to close to an 80. I'm going to go ahead and bring up, let's see, I'm going to bring up the next, I'm going to bring up how you can check your grades. And give me 1 second. Okay, let me get a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom in because I don't want to show really any. Oh, I am really close in, but we'll just go with it. Okay. Okay, so this is, it is not working. I don't know why. Okay, so let's do this. And let's do that and do that. Give me 1 second. Continue where I left off. Okay, so here we have the distance learning. For example, if you look at it, it says E11. And so let's say this is me right here, and I got a 0 on that. As the parent, what you can do is say, all right, let's check out E11. Can you go to your analytics? All right, so you sign in, go to your analytics, and go to E11 for me, please. And then you would just simply go to the scroll bar, and you would look at E11. And now I can't see because there's F and E is right here. So E11. Well, it looks like you didn't do that, so you need to make sure that you do that. And all those things. Now, again, if they have a 1, that means they did partial. So like the ones that I got a score of 40 on, I would give a 1 for that. A 0, I give a 0 for. Anything else in terms of that is going to be, so for example, here, if I assigned this one right here, which is H15, and I got a 43, they're going to get some credit. They're going to get the 1 point. So the ones mean that they did some, but they didn't do it all. And again, like if they did part of it, so for example, this says M7, M9 in the middle right here. If they did M7 and they got like a 40 and they just weren't working that hard on it or didn't do that well on it, they go to M9 and they do really well, then that's fine. I will give them a 10 out of 10. So we're just shooting for the right amount of answers, a good amount of questions tackled, and also trying to get that score of 80 for at least one of them. I'm telling the students I need both of them done, but to be honest, I'm probably getting about a 30% completion rate for the second skill set. So they'll do the first one and then they stop and they don't do the second one. So double check if you can when you ask them, if you ask them, hey, did you do all your math homework? And they say yes, and then you go show me. And then they would just bring your iPad. You can still do whatever you got to do. And then they bring their iPad. And you say, show me, what were you doing today? Oh, we had to do X25. Okay, show me X25. They log in, they go to X25, they show you, you see the score, and then whatnot. Now, if they're struggling, they don't have a good score or whatnot, you can say, well, you didn't get an 80. Did you do the other skill set? And then they go yes or no. And then make sure that you push them to try to do that second skill set. Also, if they need help, again, I can't stress this enough, the daily videos for the students, they are going to be getting videos from me as I work through all of these problems. So I'm going to be, if they like, oh, I just don't get it, I don't understand what to do, the videos are here. I made a video for each skill set. So here's Tuesday, here's Wednesday, here's Thursday, and here's Friday. And so they have these videos made so that they can learn from me and me as their teacher and explain them in a different way, or just showing them some just examples. Maybe they just need a refresher and then they're just doing that. But anyways, I wanted to come in today to make sure that everything was clear. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of emails. I'm going to try to see if I can push this video out in your email. But I know that also that's a lot of work, and I know that emails, I just rather keep it on the slides and answer your emails accordingly. So please make sure that you are watching the videos and keeping the students accountable for the work. Again, we're just looking for one skill set. It shouldn't take more than an hour. Some of these skill sets are only like 20 minutes long for up to 80 points. So if that happens, make sure they do the second one. But let's make sure that we learn from this, we grow from this, we realize that this is going to be it for the rest of the year. This is what we're doing, and hopefully we grow and adapt and we become better. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure out different ways to do things. Grading this was a lot of work, but I know that we're going to be stronger at the end of this all. So if you have any questions, please email me. Thank you so much for listening this whole time. If you have, I'm here for you if you need me. If you want me to check on your student individually, I can do that, but I've already showed you how to do that yourself. So please try to do that yourself. If you need me to explain it in a different way, please email me. And I hope you have a good rest of the day. Stay safe and stay healthy.